Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and Hotfix 6.0.4 has just released. So they're keeping to that usual 2-week cycle, which I think is quite good, especially since this hotfix does look fairly large. We can already see some stuff here on the first image, but there is a full list of changes, so let's just jump right in because there is a fair amount to talk about. Alright, so let's talk about performance. Fixed a crash that occurred when attempting to reset skill points for female characters. It's very, very odd that it was specific to just female characters. Really, really weird, isn't it? Alright, fixed a crash that occurred when changing the factions on the left side of the Intrigue of Court panel while playing as the High Elves. This crash happened every so often. It was really weird because sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. Fixed a possible crash that could occur when saving and reloading a save file after a manual battle. Yep, I had that issue. I reported it a few times myself. Fixed a crash that occurred when trying to imprison a military convoy lord. I guess that's with Elfarian. Yeah, really specific stuff like that would happen with crashes and bugs because at the end of the day, they wouldn't test it because it's something that, you know, you'd never expect to happen. Fixed a crash that would occur when trying to select an Ogre Lord with over 100,000 meat resource. That's a lot of meat. I really hope that they fix up the issues there and just allow us to trade meat because it would be really, really important. Fixed a crash that occurred when using Alfarian's Afel Tamara imprisonment mechanic on an Ogre Tyrant or a Caravan Master. Okay, lots of crash fixes actually. It's quite good to see. Fixed a very rare crash caused by frame-based issue that would occur when triggering VFX particle system, e.g. artillery demolishing a structure during siege. Okay, weird. Fixed a crash in the Lost God Prologue campaign caused by selecting Spartak Mastrov in the beacon settlement and pressing attack target. Yeah, so they're still fixing that because a lot of people are still actually jumping into the game, interestingly enough, and yeah, they need to keep sure that the Lost God mechanic is, well, the whole campaign for that works as intended. And finally, fixed a crash that occurred when clicking or hovering over the zoom to army location in the Changeling in Challenges of Corn screen while dragging the map. Oh, I thought that was just my mods. Okay, fair. Okay, we got a few campaign changes here. So general gameplay fixed a bug where lords would not disengage from a settlement after selecting certain post-battle options. This includes, but is not limited to, the Changeling when establishing a Trickster Cult and the Vampire Coast when establishing a Pirate Cove. Okay, good, because disengaging is really, really important for those characters, especially the Trickster. So we're good there. Resolved an issue where concealment bombs were granted innately in the campaign, ensuring that the skill to grant them is now relevant/useful. Okay, cool. Fixed a bug where armies obtained via legions borrowed from allied factions with scrap, aspect, mutation upgrades had access to those upgrades. Viewing the upgrades is now limited to cases where they exist and are not locked excluded or the army is loaned. Okay, cool. Fixed an issue with the AI factions will now hire mercenaries from your ogre camps. Cool. That's good to see because that was something a few people complained about. It's like, oh yeah, you know, you got the camps up and running but nobody's actually using them. Eternal War spawned armies no longer trigger Demons Reforged, aligning with the intended design. Okay, a little bit of a nerf, but expected though. Ogre armies can now recruit regiments of renown when they are within the circle of influence of an ogre camp. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, awesome. So you don't have to go into a settlement anymore, meaning that if you want to stay full camp only, you can. Fix an issue where war armies would erroneously execute underway interceptions. I thought that was just intended, to be honest. That's good to see. UI and UX is next. Fix the manufactory panel being inaccessible if no further upgrades were available. Cool. Fix the bug for orcs and goblins where the scrap upgrades button would grey out when a unit is instantly recruited. Yeah, that was a weird one. Because you could still pick it, it's just, it was grey. Fix an issue where a tooltip explaining the settlements raised by Cornate factions are blocked from occupation wouldn't appear. Cool. Fix the bug where orcs and goblins or wood elves could access scrap or aspects on Skaven units, causing Frot's Lab UI to appear broken. That's a really specific bug. That's kind of weird. Fix an issue with challenges of corn battles, where challenge armies on the campaign minimap didn't have icons. That's always good to see. And fix an issue with challenges of corn battles, so that players can now know if the challenge army will be reinforced beforehand. I suppose, yeah, that's good to know, actually. Fixed a battle where recruitment cost reduction rewards for Arbal's challenges were missing from event notifications despite appearing in the challenges icon screen. Notifications now correctly display all rewards when receiving or completing a challenge. So see, this is all good. It's little fixes to Arbal and here and there. The Ogre one is just the big one. The Ogre one is absolutely awesome. Okay, we have battle fixes up next, which general/gameplay resolves some instances where ranged units will clump while reforming, but we're still looking into further issues with this. Yeah, this is a big one. Ranged issues, like ranged in general, is having so many problems. So it's good to see that they're starting to look into it. I know a lot of people have been complaining, the multiplayer guys too. Improved Gotrek and Felix's initial survivability in the Adventures of Gotrek and Felix quest battle to Gotrek's dismay. Yeah, when you're trying to unlock him, it was a bit too difficult. It's fine for most people, but when newer players come into it, it's like next to impossible. So it's good to see that they're making it a little bit easier. Fixed a bug where replays wouldn't have projectile upgrades saved into them. Example, Elspeth's Hellstorm rocket batteries upgraded in the Imperial Gunnery School would fire 3 instead of 4 rockets in a volley. The replay system has been very flawed lately. I know a bunch of campaign creators are having issues with replays and just foregoing them in their own Let's Plays nowadays. Yeah, hopefully that gets fixed at some point fully. But it's nice that they fixed one thing, so they might be getting close to the proper full fix. Fixed a bug where unyielding assault failed to prevent melee attack reductions from fatigue. Cool. And we got AI here. Fixed an issue where reinforcing AI units will be given the same order location, will clump together as they all try to pile on to complete their order. Yeah, this is very exploitable. I know some people are going to get pissed off at that because obviously now a little bit of cheese is gone. But at the end of the day, it was just stupid. Like, absolutely stupid. Then we do have audio fixes here. So fixed an issue where Kolek was missing sounds, vampire counts were missing sounds, well, the corpse cards. Foundry of Bones was missing the lava lake and the river sounds. It's weird how sounds are just kind of disappearing sometimes, right? No news when we're going to get a next one, but it can be a very educated guess that we're going to get one in 2 weeks because this is how it usually goes. Remember that mods do have some issues, and yeah, I mean, it's nice. The patches are quite large. Well, hotfixes, not really patches. Hopefully it won't be too long until we hear about 6.1 though, because I know some people are kind of clamoring for, you know, some information. And that will also give us some more or less realistic expectations on when to expect the next DLC, unless there's a 6.2, which there could be. But yeah, overall, I mean, the game's stable. It's in a good spot. That's the most important thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's start a bit of a discussion. All the stuff will be linked down in the description below, just in case you want to read it for yourselves, because I know some people just prefer going into it. And they post it on the forums, which is super odd. It's no longer on like the main website anymore, which is really strange. But yeah, have a good one, guys. I'll see you all again very, very soon.